Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back with the final part of my dreams for Torino. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope as many fans of football, especially fan football, and in particular Torino, as possible, check this and these videos out and let me know what you think. But as ever, I welcome all viewers. For those who are watching on YouTube, if anyone does watch, hopefully you will. But on my YouTube channel, on the thumbnail, I featured 2 out of my 3 kittens. So unfortunately, I have to keep the big one away from the other 2 because he doesn't always get on well with them. So I don't want to take the risk of him trying to attack them or whatever. But yeah, I featured them in the thumbnail. But I hope they can become friends soon. The other 2, the small ones, are friends, and they chase each other and fight each other, and then they hug each other. So that's really cute. But anyway, they are Minsky and Panda, and the bigger one is Colonel. So I'm hoping to feature them in the future. Hopefully I was going to say the new year, but hopefully in December, as soon as possible. I will get a GoPro or something, a GoPro camera or something like that, so I can follow them around and record them. I'm not sure whether I'll do it live or just or download them or whatever. But anyway, I'll say this is a 4th. Sorry to go off topic, but yeah, I hope for anyone who loves cats out there that would interest them. But on to the topic, back to the topic at hand. I did want to feature them in the intro, but they weren't having any of it. They didn't want to appear on camera. They say never work with children and animals. So yeah, they didn't want to. I put them on my lap and then they ran off. So sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, that's why I need a GoPro or whatever, something like that. But if you can recommend any, please let me know. Anyone on Facebook or YouTube, respectively. Anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling for the intro and get on with the topic at hand. So as I often do nowadays, I thought for the 4th and final part, I would include something different. So I want to, as I often do, as I say, I want to look at what I hope I will have achieved or will achieve as soon as possible. And again, I haven't, as I often say, I haven't really thought of a specific date. I often think like by 2030, but I hope to do so ASAP. So here goes. So on that note, number 31, I dream, if I'm talking about dreams and being dream driven, I dream that from the 4th of May, hopefully, next year in 2024, wealthy owners, wealthy companies that begin with T, or investors even that begin with T, or both preferably, as many investors or companies or whatever that begin with T, or organizations even as possible, will invest into Torino, given my obsession with alliterations. So companies like Tata Torino, I think that has a ring to it. I'd love to know what you think about that, as ever, as well as all my ideas. Number 32, also, and again, I know I mentioned this before, but Torino, I dream that Torino will start to invest in them. So all possible companies, organizations, and whatnot, beginning with T, as I say, Toyota Torino. Again, I think that has a little bit of a ring to it. I think Tata Torino especially has a ring to it. But Toyota and Torino both begin with same letters, TO. Number 33, also Tesla. Number 34, also all possible companies begin with T. Number 35, I dream that FIFA and UEFA will enable the club Torino to have that investment to sort of compensate or make up for the fact, so to speak, to sort of turn a negative. I know I mentioned this in part 3, but to turn a negative into a positive. So what happened in the unfortunate events, I think it was around 2038 or 2040 or sometime along that time. I think it was on the 4th of May, hence why I say the 4th of May, to make up for that kind of thing. It's sort of kind of, again, I don't know if you can make up for it, so to speak, but to sort of make a positive from a negative of what Torino and the club went through. I dream that FIFA, UEFA, and others, FIFA and UEFA, I suppose mainly, who would be involved in such, will enable the club to have that investment from all possible companies and corporations or organisations that begin with T. In my naivety, I don't know the difference between a corporation or a company, to be honest. But anyway, moving on, number 36. I also hope that this will benefit Italian football teams generally as much as possible. I'd love to see the best possible players, coaches, and managers come to Italian football teams like Torino and Italian football teams generally, as I often mention. I was thinking recently, I thought about this in the past as well, but what if Italian teams such as Torino could bring in the best possible, as I say, players, coaches, and managers, people like Pep Guardiola? What if an Italian team, possibly like Torino, could bring in, if they got all that investment, a manager like Pep Guardiola, or even Ange Postecoglou, who used to be manager for Celtic, with their attacking philosophy as well? I think that'd be quite interesting to see if they could change the culture of Italian football. But also, I think it'd be great to see, again, I know I mentioned this before, but in the future, I hope that the youth will be developed as much as possible. I hope to do this ASAP, so hopefully, I'd say by 2024, if not even before then. But I think the 4th of May would be quite an apt day for this investment to be enabled by FIFA and UEFA. Elon Musk teased at the idea of investing in Man United, so I don't know if he did that just for publicity or whatever, but some people say. But I'd love for him to invest in Italian football teams, possibly through Tesla. Personally, as I'm a bit biased and selfish in that regard. Number 37. Hopefully, the club will have a relationship with Celtic and possibly others ASAP, and look at how getting all the possible partners and again investors, sponsors, and whatnot. Number 38. I hope the club will look into what it can do to tackle prejudice and to make the world a better place. I often rather cornily say. Number 39. If it happened, if the investment was enabled in 2024, hopefully the club can start bringing in the best possible players, coaching staff, managing staff, youth development, and that kind of thing from 2024, if not before. I mean, Christmas would be another time where it would be pretty cool to have like a Christmas list. On that note, I would love to know from Torino fans, what is your Christmas list, or even from football fans generally, what your Christmas list for your club? As I mentioned, as I asked Celtic fans, like, what would be your Christmas list? And for this video, I'd love to specifically ask Torino fans, as well as fans of Italian football generally, as well as Celtic, and also even football fans generally. But obviously, I'm mainly focusing on Torino. And number 40, hopefully before 2030, even as soon as possible, ASAP, as I say, obviously for sure. Hopefully by 2024 or 2025, Torino will start winning trophies domestically, and then all being well in Europe as much as possible. As I said before, as a fan of Italian football, I would love to see Italian teams do well in Europe and internationally. So as ever, I hope this wasn't too cringeworthy. And I was going to say in the intro, but I thought I'd leave this till the end. I was wondering whether to include it or not, because I know my videos do go on quite long. But funny enough, he supports Juventus, the rival team, obviously. But I don't know if he hates Torino, as many Juventus fans probably do, or if he doesn't like them or whatnot. But I'd love to make videos as well as like Giuseppe from J Just Juve. And he has great intros where he says, "Ciao everyone, it's Giuseppe." Back again with another video, and I think he's got a great voice and stuff like that. So although he's not the only YouTuber I admire people like Mark Holdbridge and other football content creators, as well as other YouTubers as well. But anyway, I am out. Peace out.